audible? Yeah. Thank you. This is Chandrasekhar. I can hear you much better. So Lokesh ji, thank you very much. Welcome to London. So the free trade agreement which has been initiated this year, how do you think that's going to benefit the Andhra Pradesh in the bigger ecosystem of 2047? And the question is our CBAM, which is been charged from next year, the carbon tax emission taxes. How do you think that will actually nullify the free trade agreement? And how do you think as a state, central government in India, or as well as state government should take steps to benefit from the free trade agreement as well as the CBAM? So that will be really helpful to understand, so that we got a group of companies in our Chamber of Commerce who are quite concerned with the carbon emission taxes. So that will be helpful for us to give us some knowledge on that. Thank you.
I'm not too well. I'm not too familiar, honestly, with the impact of what it will be. But I can get back to you in terms of from a services industry standpoint, operating in the corridor of UK and India, how this could potentially impact us. It's not had any material impact at this point, but I can come back to you. I'll give you my card after this, and you can send me an email.
On FTA, there are clear sectors that have won. Textile, aqua, which is very big in Andhra Pradesh. I mean, it's about close to $3.5 billion ecosystem. So it's very, very important. I think these are early wins, as I say, but I think to get it operationalized will take a certain lag. There'll be, from a policy to operationalize, there'll be a certain lag. So our job is, of course, to reach out to our farmers, the various companies, and say, okay, there's an alternative opportunity that's emerging. We are, as a nation, I think we're going through interesting times, right? There are tariffs being imposed on India, and I believe crisis is an opportunity. That's been my approach. So I said, I've worked with the aqua industry. I said, okay, let's talk about the 25% problem. Right? The problem is 25% tariff. Great. So what do I need to do to augment the 25%? Where does Government of India fit? Where does Government of Andhra Pradesh fit? And that's been our approach, number one. That's what I believe is a temporary relief. But the long term is that we have to diversify. We have to look at new markets. New markets are opening up. From Andhra's perspective, the first containers to Ukraine were delivered, right? Russia and a few other countries. Europe is opening up. There's a great opportunity there. That's the second bit. Then comes the entire ecosystem on, how can we sort of augment it, build on it. So what's the primary processing, secondary processing, and tertiary processing? That's one. And then the fourth part is reforms. So as a state, we have taken this action plan, or we call this a 100-day action plan, where I got 5 entrepreneurs who are self-made billionaires to be on the advisory board, where we're looking at every act and regulation. And we've broken it into 3 things. One, that we can immediately throw out. I'll give you an example of what we think we should throw out. The Factories Act has a specific regulation which states that you need to whitewash the toilet door every 3 months or 6 months. This is the most ridiculous thing. I mean, who whitewashes a toilet door anywhere? It's still there. So these are regulations that I believe that we should do away right away. Second are things that require changes as way of legislation. Third requires a bit of political capital to be invested. We are willing to do it as a state. So I'll give you an example of this. So I met Ashwini Vaishnavji, who's the Honorable Minister for Railways, IT, Electronics. And I told Ashwini ji, throw me a challenge that Andhra Pradesh can solve. He said, Lokesh, 2 things. Labor reforms and get rid of Nala tax, land conversion. I did both in 45 days. We did it. Because we have the spirit, we can do it. And that's been the hallmark of the administration. And we'll do it again. So again, tariffs is it's a crisis, I agree. And it's an opportunity for India to shine beyond a singular market. And I believe that we can do better. So that's been our approach as far as FTA and the entire tariff landscape. Thank you, boss.
We have time for one last question. This gentleman here.
I have a very small question for you, Honorable Minister. I'm a journalist visiting from India at London School of Economics, and my next destination is, of course, Stanford, just like you. The question is this, that when you or your father started 1992 dairy, did this thought come to your mind that you would offer land at 99 paisa? What was the mantra behind this?
Okay, on
This
the
question I should have reserved for my own podcast with you to go viral. But nonetheless, I'll take this opportunity here.
well, so Mr. Naidu is a strong believer that the family shouldn't depend on politics for livelihood. He's a strong believer of that. And he's been very vocal about it. That's why he started 3 companies before dairy. And he's a relentless. I mean, if you look at it, his success is persistence and perseverance, right? And he brought that even to family business. But I should credit, it's not just him because he was there only for a year. After that, it was all my mom who ran the business. And then I joined, and then, of course, my wife, Brahmi, who's also Stanford MBA. We understand, I mean, being part of a business family, we understand the importance that government plays. Land is just one component of it. Energy, cost of energy is a very important component of it. And creating an enabling environment is very, very important. See, what I believe is India should grow at double digit, no second thoughts about it. And there are fundamental things that we need to solve. I'm sure you saw the presentation where we are offering 700 services on a single WhatsApp number. We are the only government on this planet to do that, and we're doing it with a lot of rigor, a lot of focus, using technology as an enabler. We believe that this can accelerate the entire approach. So I'll give you another example of it. Let's talk about energy costs. So in fact, funny, I was having this conversation today. I said, it's about, okay, this is how much it's costing us, so this is how much the consumer should pay. I said, flip it on its head. Let's say what is the lowest cost of energy in India? X rupees. Let's go minus 50 paisa and work backwards and say, what is the price at which I should procure energy? What is my operational cost? Today, Andhra has X as an operational cost of energy. I said, why is it so much? I want to challenge the status quo. Why are we inefficient? Where are we inefficient? And how do we cut our costs? So I believe that these are going to be strategic advantages for us as a state. On the 99 paise, see, IT plays a very important role in building the ecosystem, right? I'm sure sir can vouch for it. Every IT job that directly you create, indirectly close to 7 jobs get created. We understand the power of it. I mean, Mr. Naidu understands the power of it. Now, how can I differentiate as a state? Talent, of course. Second is land, which is one of the major component in cost structure for IT companies. I offered it at 99 paise, which no one believed it's possible. And I got it done. And I got it done through cabinet. And now there is a policy called lift policy. The first 100 companies in a certain category opt to Andhra Pradesh, they're going to get the same 99 paise deal. It's a policy. It's going to stand the test of time and politics. So whatever we do it with a lot of thought, a lot of persistence and perseverance, and we execute on the field. That's how we got TCS. That's how we got Cognizant. And there will be a few more announcements in the next few months coming to Visakhapatnam. Thank you.
How much time do you have? 5 more minutes. A lot of people pointing for questions. And do we? Okay. So I think we'll just wind up now. I think that gentleman will just take one last question from this gentleman here. He's been raising his hand for a long time.
Thank you very much. I'm Phil Rush from Ivanti Global. We're really encouraged to hear your focus on speed of doing business and welcome the mentions earlier around P4. We're exploring making an investment of around $250 million over a 3-year period. That would be in electric buses and assembly plants that would be great to do in AP. How, or is it possible, for us to get that kind of deal through with yourselves in the kind of timelines you're talking about? Maybe a week. Thanks.
Not maybe. We can do it in a week. We can shake hands. No, but so Abhishek Kishore will stay back and lead the conversation. So I would request all of you to call Economic Development Board your single port of call. So it's professionally led team. The website is out there. We can give you we can share the numbers with CII, and they can then onward share it with you. It's a professional-led team, so they're vertical specialists. So EV has a specialist who will reach out to you and have a direct conversation with you in that sense. And every deal that comes in gets tagged on an IT platform. I'm the IT minister. There will be an IT platform, and we review it. We review it on a fortnightly basis to ensure that we are living up to our end of the bargain, which is the speed of doing business. So that's the way we've approached it so far. That's the way we made deals. And it all depends on the number of jobs we're going to create. The more number of jobs you create, the more time you'll get from me. So, in terms of investment, though Reliance is not in the top 5 because we have bigger companies, but the number of jobs they create is very important. The CBG creates a maximum number of jobs. So they get the most amount of time from me. So literally on a daily basis, you won't believe, on a daily basis, their team updates us on a WhatsApp group where we have the revenue minister who's in charge of the land. We have the energy minister who's in charge of the larger CBG project. And then as a GM chair, I'm there and all the IAS officers are there. On a daily basis, we review it. We agreed on this target, where are we today? So this is the way we actually work with companies. We're doing the same way with Oberoi's and the hoteliers, because they're very strategically very important. So we're very transparent. We just follow up, make sure that things get grounded, landed, and they're executed. So we look forward to having this conversation post
Thank you.
the session.
Thank you, everyone. I unfortunately don't have time for more questions. Wish we had more time. Yeah. So on that positive note, thank you again for that wonderful conversation. Wish we had more time. We could have gone on all night talking about the future, but we shall.